Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So let me scooch you down. Okay, so anyways, for today's video I had mentioned in my September favorites that I was thinking about doing a palette bingo using this palette I've been loving from Profusion, the Smoky palette. So yeah, I'm going to do that today in this video. I'm going to do a palette bingo with this palette, but I also thought it would be super fun to go ahead and do a palette bingo using the blush palette, since there's 6 blushes here. And then I thought, to make it a little more fun, since I don't really pull this palette out very often, can't remember the last time I used it, that I would do a palette bingo on the Anastasia Glow Kit. This is in Sugar, and because they have 4 shades, and I normally will just gravitate towards this one or this top one. So I thought, hey, this would be super fun to go ahead and do a palette bingo with this one as well as the blush palette. But I'm gonna go ahead and start with my eyes. I did forget to do my brows off camera, but I'll just go ahead and quickly do them and then speed that up or delete it, I don't know. But I'm going to be using the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil. This is in Mocha, and I will leave down in the description bar down below every product that I use. So before I go ahead and start with my brows, I'm going to go ahead and draw the numbers for each palette, and we're just going to see what we come up with. I may get stuck again with all rich shades, but we're just going to go with it. So let me go ahead, and I have my phone here. We're just going to go ahead and get that number generator popped up. Okay, so for the first one, we have 2, 4, so we have 10 eyeshadows. And so basically how it's going to be, same as the last. So this would be 1 through 5, and then 6 through 10 there. So let's see what we come up with. So I have my number generator here and start. So the first number is 3. So number 3 is Top Notch, which is right here, which is awesome because that's a transition shade. And then the next number is 1. Right there, that's the overall pure color. So I'll show you each color that I get after. So I'm just going to write down all of the ones that I get. So I get 1 and 3 so far. Okay, next one is 5. Three again, which I already have, and one more, 6. Oh, so that's going to be really pretty. So this time I didn't get as many rich shades as I would have thought. So because I already have that 3, I'm going to do one more generated, and that's the 2. Okay, we'll see what we come up with. It would have been nice to have one of these deeper shades because then I could have used that as liner or whatever, but that's okay. So that is for the eyeshadow palette. Now on the blush palette, I'm going to obviously pick one blush. And I know with bingo it's usually 5 numbers, but because this only has 6, obviously with blush you're only going to put 1. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. I just thought it would be fun to just kind of see, instead of gravitating towards the blushes that I would always use, just seeing what it would look like. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Maybe not, but I can always, you know, not do this in the future in another bingo palette. Excuse me. Oops. Okay, so I have to put 1 through 6. Oops, not 16. 6. And it gave me 6. So that's a pretty deep shade, but we'll definitely do that. And then now for the highlighters, we have 4 highlighters here. So I'm going to put 1 through 4, and it generated number 4. So, okay, so this is going to be fun. Hopefully you guys don't mind me adding the highlighter and blush palette, but we'll see. I'm going to quickly go off camera to do my brows, and then I will come back on. All right, so my brows are done. They're not the best, but we're just going to go with it for time's sake. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my eyeshadow primer. This is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Put some of that on my eyes. Guess I'm going to use this AOA Studio. I normally use my finger, but it looks like I got a lot of lighter shades this time around. So I'm sure I can come up with something. All right, so I got that applied to my eyes. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first shade I got, which is number 1. This all over shade, Pure. And I'm going to place that all over my lids. And I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics brush, number 141. Everybody definitely loves a good base color. At least I know I do. I feel like now that I'm getting older, I have to hold my eyes because the skin gets all raveled up. Okay, just like that. And then the next shade that I got was 2, which I'm going to hold off on that one. It's this Twinkle. It's like a shimmer. I'm going to hold off on that. I did get this one, number 3, which is a great transition shade, top notch. And then I got 5. And then I got 6, which is right here. So I'm going to go in with top notch. And I'm going to place that all in, start blending that into my crease. I'm going to first off use this BH Cosmetics V5 brush. It's a crease brush. And this can have fallout, so I definitely would recommend, it has a little powder, not too bad. Recommend, you know, dusting off the brush. It's a very pigmented shade. So I do like to go above my crease a little bit to kind of give it a little more definition. Just like that. Alright, so I think that's pretty good. I kind of built it up. And then what I'm thinking I'm going to do is take the number 5, which is the Nutmeg, and I may just go in very lightly towards the outer parts of my lids to kind of just deepen up that crease just a little bit more. And I'm going to take a smaller brush, so I'm going to take one like this. This is the Morphe 433. Yep. And I'm going to take that shade, that's the number 5 shade right there, that's Nutmeg. It's like a rich brown. And I'm going to go so lightly in that because I'm sure it's very pigmented. And I'm just going to take that and kind of just build out up the outer crease, kind of right in here. To give it a little bit of dimension on the ends. I think it's really fun doing palette bingos. Whoever came up with the idea, you know, give it to them because it definitely puts you out of your comfort area and you have to, you know, make up looks that you would have never thought you would make, and then, you know, colors put together that you wouldn't have considered putting together. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So whoever thought of that, great idea. So I think I'm just going to build it up on the outer parts of the crease. I'm not going to go so much in like I did with that other palette bingo. I just want to kind of deepen up the outer parts. Kind of like in the crease area right here at the end. Just like that. And then whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to kind of bring up here into my crease a little bit. just like that. And I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of the Top Notch shade, which is the number 3 shade, and just kind of build that back up on the top because it looks like some of that might have got taken away. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in with the number 2 shade, which is Twinkle. And I'm just going to place that all over this front part of my lid. It's very pigmented, and that was just one dip. And I didn't even have to spray the brush, which is really nice. So there's some great affordable shadows. I definitely want to go pick up more, like maybe of that colorful palette that I told you guys about. It's not my comfort kind of palette, but I'm willing to try it. And the awesome thing is these pans of shadows are so big. They're not your typical size pans in drugstore shadows usually. They're even bigger than some of the higher end shadow palettes. Just like that. Hopefully you guys can see. But I think they're so affordable. I have to say, this might be my new favorite drugstore brand. It was e.l.f. and Essence. I mean, they are still my favorites, don't get me wrong. But I think this is probably my all-time favorite right now. Just because I've found so many good products that are so affordable. I mean, and you get such a great deal. The blush palette has 6 blushes in it. I even have the bronzer and highlight palette that I showed you guys recently. That was $5, and you get 2 bronzers, 3 highlights, and then a setting shade for under your eyes. Okay, so I went ahead and put that on. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of that deepening shade in the crease again because it looks like it might have got a little bit taken away. Just right here on the ends. Just like that. Alright, so I have one more shade that I can use, and that's this one right here, the Bling. And I think I'm just going to maybe take a little bit of that and place it on top of this other golden color, see what happens there. I may even decide to just blend that all on the lower lash line to give it a little bit of pop. Let's see what it looks like if I place it on top. It's more like a greenish type. Not bad. Gives it a little bit of gave it a little bit extra. Kind of deepened it up just a tad. Yeah, that's not too bad. Hopefully you guys can see it. Alright guys, so I don't know what it ended on the last clip, but I think I had already applied the shimmer shade on my eyes, and then I told you guys that I was going to be going off camera to do the rest of my makeup. So I got my foundation, my bronzer, my mascara, And while I was off camera, I did put that number 5 shade that I was able to use kind of on my lash line. You can kind of see it there, that maroonish color. I went ahead and did that to just give it a little something. I felt like it needed something else. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into now doing the highlighter and blush on camera with you guys. For the blush, I got the number 6, which would be this color here. It's called Popular. So I'm just going to take this shade here. I'm going to go in very lightly because it's very pigmented. I'm going to go with a really soft hand. And I'm just going to place that on the apples of my cheeks. I mean, as you can see, like I barely dabbed into that. And I mean, you could see that pigmentation. It's so beautiful. $5. If you guys can find this at your Walmart or Target, definitely get your hands on it. Like I said, they have a blush 1 and blush 2. So if you're more darker than me, you would probably like, or deeper skin tones and medium skin tones probably would like the number 2 or even the number 1 for the medium tones. I'm on the fair side, so you can see that little bit that I put and how pigmented it is. So I'm trying to blend it in a little bit. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful palette. $5, love it. Okay, so I'm going to go into the highlight now. See the wash of color it gives? If I would have went in with the heavy hand, oh my goodness. So I got number 4 here, which is called Starburst. I haven't used this palette in a long time. That's why I decided to put it in this video. But I'm just going to go in with this highlighter. I may even transfer these later on to a another palette because they have the option to do that instead of keeping it in the cardboard. But look at that highlight. I mean, I just did one swipe. So, so pretty. And I usually gravitate, like I said, towards the first one. I was hoping I got this one, which is Butterscotch. It's a little deeper. It looks like for more deeper skin tones. But I was real excited to see what that would look like on my skin. But I didn't get it this time. And I was thinking that maybe I'll start doing a series. Maybe on Fridays, maybe once a month, maybe every Friday, a couple Fridays a month, where I do a palette bingo, like on shadows, mostly eyeshadow palettes that I rarely pull and use. But yeah, look at that highlight on my nose. I mean, I literally look like I'm just trying to blend that in a little bit. I went in with one swipe. That's definitely pigmented. I'm just going to take my sponge and kind of just go over it a little bit to kind of tone it down just a tad. Just like that. It's beautiful. I love that palette. If you guys do not have that palette, check your Marshall's TJ Maxx because I know I have seen them there before, so definitely check it out. But yeah, so that's the blush brush. We're just going to go quickly back into this palette. I'm going to take first this the brown shade on my lower lash line, then I'm going to take this kind of sparkly one, which is Bling, and I'm going to take that and go over that so it kind of tones it down a little bit. So there's the Nutmeg, which was shade number 5. It's funny because in the pan, it looks like a rich brown, reddish brown, like red dirt. But when you go and put the shadow on, it comes off a little maroonish, kind of really pretty. Just like that. And then I'm going to go in with that Bling shade. It's a shimmer shade, but I'm going to see what that does if I place that right on top of that one, just to see what kind of look it would give. Obviously, it's going to be sparkly, but oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I would have never thought to put a shimmer shade on my lower lash line. But the combination of the two, I absolutely love it, and I really hope that you guys can see it on camera. I'm going to come close. I'm just dusting out the little fallout. Can you see that right under here? I really, really like that. I would have never thought to do that, but oh my goodness, look how beautiful that is. Wow. See, this is the great thing about the Bingo palette. Like I said, whoever came up with this idea, genius, because it definitely makes you go out of your comfort zones and play with other colors. This would have been something I would have created as far as the eyes, like on the shadows, because those are the ones I gravitate towards. But I still love the look that I got. I mean, even just putting the glitter, the shimmer shadow on the bottom, so pretty. I'm just going to finish up quickly with lips real quick. I'm just going to use this Smashbox Always Sharp Lip Liner and Safe Word and the Smashbox Lipstick and Honey. Looks like that. Just a pretty brown nude. I kind of wanted to go brownie instead of the pinky, but yeah, so this is really nice. Just like that. Don't you guys hate when you're filming and you're trying to use natural lighting and it just keeps going in and out and you're just like, can you just stay out for a little bit longer? I'm almost done. That's how I feel right now. So it's more on the brownie side. I may add a little bit of a mauve on top of that just to kind of make it match the eye look. The lighting's not so good, but yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys in close so you guys can see the finished look. I'm really happy with it. I think this is one of my favorite things to do by far. A palette bingo. I think it's super fun, and it definitely takes you, as I said many times in this video, out of your comfort zone. But yeah, this is going to complete this video. This is the finished look. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you didn't mind that I added in the highlighter and the blush palette as well to kind of pull those into it. But yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this look. Definitely, as I said before, if you do not own these palettes, give them a look at your local Walmart or Target. You can find them there. They're great, or probably even on profusion.com. I will list in the description bar everything else on my face that I used today. And yeah, so that's going to complete this video. Let me know in the comments as well if this is something you would like to see. A little series on my channel on Fridays. I'm doing palette bingos with different eyeshadow palettes, or maybe once a month or something like that. Let me know what you guys think and if that's something you would be interested in. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. Also, if you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. And until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.